I've been asked to give my thoughts on the situation with Manchester United and Jose Mourinho. Um, Look, I thought after the Newcastle game where they came back in the second half, it might wake them up and make them start playing better football. Um, then against Chelsea, I thought the first half they were predictable, they were boring. The second half they fought back but conceded a late goal. But the Champions League game against Juventus, I thought I've never seen such a disjointed football team at Old Trafford, and the manager looked clueless. The players looked absolutely clueless. It was like Manchester United were playing Subbuteo, and someone was just moving the figures around. That's how bad it was. They didn't know how to pass the ball last night. Um, Lukaku looked absolutely dopey up front. You know, a striker should want to get on the ball and he should be making runs, and he just stood there, and then he doesn't realise when the ball's come into the box that it's there. Um, I just thought it was very poor from Manchester United. No team has a divine right to win games. No team has a divine right to win trophies. But this is Manchester United we're talking about. They have huge resources, and I'm getting fed up of Mourinho moaning and moaning that the board haven't backed him. He's had over £400 million since he's been in charge. Um, he can go and buy any player that he wants, and I think players have not been coming to Old Trafford because of the style of football that he produces, and he's got a reputation for falling out with players. So, as a player, why would you go and join Manchester United? And I think what hurts the United fans the most is, your two biggest rivals, Liverpool and Manchester City, and you look at their managers and the way that they play football. Who are players going to choose? They're going to choose Liverpool and Manchester City because Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp try to improve you as a player. Yes, I think they will be strict with you when needed, but they will put an arm around you as well when it's needed. But they will encourage you and they want to make you better, so that should inspire you as a footballer. And the football that they play is attacking, it's entertaining, it's exciting. For Manchester United to sit in their own half against Juventus yesterday at Old Trafford in a Champions League game, I thought was a disgrace. These fans pay good money to come and watch good football, and what they're seeing at the moment is an absolute load of crap, basically. And as I said, this is Manchester United. You've got the resources there, and Jose Mourinho should stop blaming everybody else and look at himself. He's the manager. As a manager, you're meant to motivate those players. You're meant to get the best out of those players. You're meant to encourage them, not fall out with them and stop them playing football. And stop having a go at the board as well. Yes, I think the board have caused problems, but they have backed you with over £400 million. Any other club in the Premier League, some clubs obviously can afford it, but if you're Burnley, or Cardiff City, they would love £400 million. Some of those managers, Sean Dyche works with about £10 million, and Manchester United have a huge tradition of playing attacking football, playing exciting football, playing entertaining football. Jose Mourinho doesn't fit any of that. He likes to play defensive, pragmatic football. He doesn't like to bring youngsters through the academy. He likes old, experienced guys that are there to win now. Um, and I think his time is up. You have to be what you are, and Manchester United board have to act, in my opinion. Because if I was Manchester United owner, I would think we're not playing attacking football, we're not playing entertaining football, we're not exciting our fan base, we're not allowing our players at Manchester United to play good football, and I honestly believe there are world-class players at Manchester United that are being stifled. They're not being allowed to express themselves. They're not being allowed to play football, and that can drain your confidence, and I honestly believe that. So I think it's time to go, and Manchester United need to go and find a manager that is going to play the brand of football that Manchester United are about. Because I would rather lose a game 4-3 trying to attack and go at the other team, because then you can say, fair enough, the other team got one more goal than us. They played us at our end game. They were the better team, fair enough. But when you are going pragmatic and defensive with no ambition to go and attack Juve last night, that is just stupid. And I look back at the other managers, and Louis van Gaal was the same as Mourinho. David Moyes, I don't think he was the right manager for Manchester United, but he wasn't given £400 million to go and buy his own players or build his own team, and he was given less than a whole season. Mourinho, this is his third season. So it just annoys me, and I'm sad in a way, because I think Jose Mourinho, there's no doubt that he has been or is one of the best managers in world football, and he's won trophies wherever he's been, but he hasn't adapted or adopted to modern football. He still believes that his style of football will win games and it will win trophies, and he's won games and trophies before, and he's going to stick to that because he's going to be stubborn. He hasn't moved with the times and thought, Jurgen Klopp, Guardiola, Pochettino, Eddie Howe, they get their teams to press high up the pitch, they play attacking football, they've got a "we score one more than you" policy, and it's just dull and boring for me, and I really haven't enjoyed watching Manchester United since Sir Alex Ferguson left, to be quite honest with you. As I've said, they don't have a divine right to win titles, but to be 10th in the Premier League, this is a club that should be challenging for the Premier League title and at least being in the top 4 or 6. They're out of the League Cup to Derby County at home. They've won one, drawn one, lost one in the Champions League so far. But even if they were to get through to the knockout stages, can you see Manchester United winning the Champions League playing this brand of football? No. So that realistically leaves Manchester United only being able to win the FA Cup, which isn't very good if you're a Manchester United fan, is it? But that's my thoughts on the situation. I think he needs to go, and I think Manchester United need to go back to what they are about. And we'll see. They've got a game against Everton at the weekend. Everton won't be easy. Everton will believe that they can go to Old Trafford and get a result. And I think they're playing better football and with more confidence under Marco Silva. So I wouldn't write Everton off. And it's going to be another big game for Manchester United, isn't it? But that's my thoughts currently on the Manchester United and Jose Mourinho situation. Let me know what you think. What manager you would have. Do you want change at United? And let me know what you think. And thanks for watching, and I will do another video tomorrow. I'm going to do one on a review of last week. Actually, I'm going to do a review of the European football this week with the English sides, and then I'll do a second video with my Premier League predictions for this weekend. And what I'll do in those predictions is also include a bit of a review from last week as well. So cheers.